Okay, so here we are. It's Wednesday morning. And as always, we start by learning from others. So wisdom from others. So I'm still reading from the book, Jesus Calling. Just a reminder, we don't have to believe in Jesus. We don't have to agree with the book. We can still listen and see what we can learn from the text. Linger in my presence a while. Rein in your impulses to plunge into the day's activities. Beginning your day alone with me is essential preparation for success. A great athlete takes time to prepare himself mentally for the feat ahead of him before he moves a muscle. Similarly, your time of being still in my presence equips you for the day ahead of you. Only I know what will happen to you this day. I have arranged the events you will encounter as you go along your way. If you're not adequately equipped for the journey, you will grow weary and lose heart. Relax with me while I ready you for action. Okay, so from this text, we're going to take two opposites to work with and then find something beyond. So what did I hear? So what I heard is in this text, they talk about the impulse of plunging into the day's activity. So that is one way to do it. And the other way is that we can prepare for success. So we could work with plunging on one side and then prepare for success on the other side. And what's beyond plunging and preparing? Maybe lingering in my presence. So linger in my presence. So those are the words that I found from this text. You can use the same words, or you can pick something else. Whatever works for you. Okay, so take your seat, sit up tall, and then start moving your feet up and down, the toes and the heels. Notice the connection, feel the connection between the soles of your feet and the floor. You can use your eyes to watch your feet and see how they're moving. Maybe bring your awareness to your two sitting bones. And then bringing your awareness to your breathing, noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale. If you want to, you can use your fingers and gently tap on top of your head, the crown of your head. Maybe use your fingers to open up your Sushumna, so open up to make it easier to connect to the universe or to a higher consciousness. And then come to stillness. And bring your awareness back to your two sitting bones. So today, the two sitting bones could symbolize, so one sitting bone could symbolize plunging, so plunging into an activity. So there's a part of us that just want to plunge in. And then the other sitting bone could symbolize that the other part of us that is preparing for success, taking our time, preparing for success. So there's plunging and preparing, plunging, preparing, plunging, preparing. And maybe beyond these two activities, maybe there is a lingering. So lingering in presence, lingering in presence. Okay, so let's add some movement and breathing. So inhale, arms up, exhale down. Inhale, arms up, exhale down. Inhale, arms up. And this time, exhale and turn to one side. Stay there. Keep on breathing. Okay, and then inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And this time, exhale and turn to the other side and then stay there. Keep on breathing. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale down. And then release, shake it out. Okay, place your hands on your knees. And then starting the cat-cow motion. So rounding your back, coming into a back bend, rounding your back, coming into a back bend. And maybe notice how you're kind of rolling over your sitting bones. So notice how you're rolling over your sitting bones as you're doing this motion. And as you're moving, notice how the breath follows your body. And then become aware of, or decide that rather, the way you're breathing, is it helpful or not helpful? If it's helpful, you continue what you're doing. If it's not helpful, we have to find another way. So one way of breathing could be to exhale as you round your back. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale and round your back. Inhale into your back bend. And then continue on your own. And you could do this fast. You could do it super slowly. Or you could do something in between. And you decide. You decide what pace works for you this morning. Tomorrow is going to be different. Okay, release, shake it out. And then blinking, bubbling stars. So blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hand, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And then reach and reach. And as you're reaching, notice how the skin is stretching, the rib cage is opening up, the lungs are waking up, preparing us for the day. And then turn, open up the arms, allow the fingertips to move away, further and further away. Maybe imagine that you have beams of light going out through each finger. One seems to be going into the past, and one seems to going into the future. Maybe in reality, or in a different reality, those beams are meeting and creating a circle. And then release, shake it out, lift and release a few times. Okay, blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the fingers the way that feels funny. Turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then reach and reach. Maybe notice how you're pushing into one foot and reaching with the other arm. So we need the support from the earth to reach up high towards the universe. So trusting the earth to reach high, trusting that there is support, or notice that there is support. Okay, turn and open up your arms, look behind you. Imagine how you're sending beams of light into the past and the future. And then I guess it takes a while. And then eventually they actually get together. And then release, shake it out. Lift and release a few times. Maybe roll the shoulders one way and then the other. Okay, bringing the arms up in cactus and then gently twisting from one side to the other. So one way, so we are clearly twisting our physical body. Another way of looking at this is that we're stretching or twisting our mind. So our mind is a lot of stories. So what if you're like stretching or twisting or pulling in that story of yours? And then we can continue to tell ourselves the same story over and over again. And yeah, then that's the story we're going to listen to. Or we can start creating a new story. Okay, release. Shake it out. Okay, now we're going to let the knee and the elbow get together for a quick coffee. So today we're working with the two words plunging and preparing. So there is one part of you that wants to plunge into an activity and another one that wants to prepare. So what happens when the plunging part of you and the preparing part of you gets together for a quick coffee? What happens? What do they talk about? What do they look like? What do they say? Do they get along? Do they fight? And then let's stay there. Let's stay in conversation between the part of you who wants to plunge in and the part of you that wants to prepare. Let's stay there in conversation. And then the other side, staying in a difficult conversation. Maybe the conversation is easy. Staying in conversation. And then release. And then let's try all four. Breathe, keep on breathing. You can straighten one knee, straighten the other, maybe straighten arm, maybe straighten all four, maybe kick and scream, maybe cry. Tears, apparently, I learned that yesterday, there's cortisol in tears. So we release cortisol when we're crying. And then come back. Okay, with a wide and stable stance, we can explore these ideas without completely falling apart. So one side is plunging in, and the other one is preparing. So there's a part of us that wants to plunge in, and another part that wants to prepare. So plunge and prepare. Plunge, prepare. And then, of course, there are other ways, there are other parts of you too. So, what are some of the other parts? So, exploring more than those two parts. What lies between plunging and preparing? Okay, and then come back to stillness. Maybe place your hand on your lower belly. And then with your hand, gently guide the pit of the belly. So the pit of the belly is just like 2 inches, so it's like just in front of your spine. So gently guide the pit of the belly in and up, in and up, supporting the growth of the spiritual spine. And maybe place your other hand on your heart. So one hand supports and guides your spiritual growth, and the other one listens to your heart. What did you hear? And then release. Okay, and then let's start with plunging. So there is a part of us who wants to plunge into things. So give plunge a color, use your fingers, dip your fingers in paint, and then draw the image of plunging into activities. So draw the image of plunging into activities. And then release that image. Okay, and then go to the other image or the other word, prepare. So think about prepare, give it a color, use your fingers, dip your fingers in paint, and then paint the color of prepare. And then release that image. Okay, and then jump the feet together. So jump the feet together. And then we're going to write the story. Write the story. So open up your toes, dip your toes in ink, and write the story of plunging into activities. Write the story in any language. And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Pit of the belly goes in and up, in and up. The crown of the head is going forward and up, or up and forward. Breathe. You can stay here if you want to. You can place the fingertips on the floor, lengthen the spine, maybe tilt the pelvis forward, like rolling over your sitting bones. And then if you want to, you can drop the head, let the head be heavy. Engage the core. Inhale, lift the head, come back up. And then place the right foot on the left knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. And then gently guide that right knee out. Seated pigeon posture. You can keep your eyes open or you can close them. Bring awareness to your breathing. And notice how your body feels. Okay, and then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And tell yourself what you wanted someone else to say. I love you. I care for you. I respect you. I believe in you. You are good enough. Whatever you wanted someone else to tell you, you can tell yourself that now. You have that power. Okay, and then moving into your version of eagle posture. Maybe place the hands on your forehead and then move the head forward and up, forward and up. Okay, so this eagle is plunging. This eagle is plunging into activities. So watch this eagle. Watch, what does it look like? What does it do? How does it feel? And then let that bird fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. Okay, let's try the other side. Prepare. So spread your toes, dip your toes in ink, and then write the story of when you prepare. What happens when you prepare? So write the story, use words to describe what happens when you prepare. And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together, lengthen the spine, breathe. And then place the left hand on the floor, the right hand on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, push into your hands and look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Maybe that top arm comes up, reaching. So with the support from the earth, we can reach high. And then that top hand comes down. Thread the needle, find the opposite ankle, walk your left hand forward, and then look under your armpit. Inhale, come back up. Rest. Recover. Get ready. And then place the right hand on the floor, left hand on the knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, push into your hands and look up towards the sky. Breathe. Top arm comes up. Push into the earth or use the support from the earth to reach higher. And then that top hand comes down, thread the needle, find the opposite ankle, walk your hand forward, look under your armpit. Okay, engage the core, come back up to elbows to knees, fingertips together. Rest. recover, get ready. Okay, left foot on the right knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Gently guide that left knee out. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And remember, you can say to yourself what you needed to hear. So we might have people in our lives that we want them to say things to us, and that's not going to happen. So instead of waiting for something that's not going to happen, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. So maybe you want to hear, I'm beautiful, I'm capable, I'm curious, I'm lovable. Okay, and then move into your version of eagle posture. Maybe place the hands on the forehead to start with. And then move those hands away and up, away and up. Okay, this eagle is preparing. It's preparing for the day. So look at that eagle. What does it do? How does it feel? How does it move? What's going on with that eagle, the preparing eagle? And then let that bird fly away, fly away, fly away. Okay, blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hand, turn them over, straighten the elbows. Now, imagine that your arms are wings and your fingers are feathers. And this bird is lingering in presence, is lingering in the present moment. Okay, so straighten the elbows and spread your wings out wide, and then go out flying, lingering up there in the sky. What does this bird feel like? What does it look like? What does it do? How does it move? Lingering up in the sky. And then the palms turn up. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, come up. Exhale, dive deep, and then bring the arms behind you, holding on to opposite forearms. And then stay there. Now bring your awareness to your shoulders. Maybe roll the shoulders forward first and drop your head a little bit. And then inhale and bring those shoulders back. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, bring the shoulders back. Exhale, round. Inhale, come up and bring the shoulders back. Shoulders and elbows go back, back, back. And then stay there, stay there. So the hands are kind of pushing into or there's one part that's pushing into your back, and the elbows are going back closer to each other. Release the right arm, shake it out, bring it up and over. Maybe touching the back of your heart. And then release that arm back. Take a breath. Release the left hand, bring it up and over, maybe placing it behind your heart. And then bring that arm back and behind. And then stay here a little longer. If you want to, you can bring your awareness to your heart. And listen to your heart. What does it say? And then release, shake it out. Lift and release a few times. Shake out your legs. Okay, and then we're going to build some strength. So bring your heels a little closer to your chair. Big inhale. Exhale, push into the floor and come up to standing. Okay, we're going to do 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then rest. Recover. And then get ready. Big inhale. Exhale, push into the floor and come up to standing. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Recover. Get ready. Big inhale. Exhale, push into the floor and come up to standing. Okay, so breath of joy, 3 inhales and 1 exhale. So bring the arms out wide. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. And now let the arms go. Let the arms go. Let the arms go. And you can leave the mat or you can stay on the mat. You decide. Okay, and then the knee and the elbow get together. So the plunging and the preparing get together for a little quick coffee. Cross the midline. And then finding the position of power. Position of power. Okay, we have the power to choose. We have the power to choose. Place your hands on your power center, solar plexus. Bend your knees. Breathe into your power center. Exhale and share your gift with the world. Inhale. Exhale and share. Inhale. Exhale and share, and then stay open, stay open. Maybe imagine how beams of light are going out through your fingers, your feet, your heart. And then place your hands on your hips again. And then starting to build external support, such as this community. It's easier to practice together and then lean and lift. And then the other side, lean and lift. And then eventually taking skillful action. Taking skillful action. Okay, so let's do 3 sun salutations today. So starting with your feet hip distance apart, which gives you a little bit more balance or stability than Tadasana. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. You can also use the chair if you want to. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. Or the standing version. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline, and then stay there, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. Peace, world peace starts with me. And then release. Hands on your hips, and then without bending the knee, lifting the hip and walking forward. Lifting the hip, walking forward. Okay, now we're going to come into Tadasana. So big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair posture, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Step the right foot back, creating a foundation for warrior one. Okay, and then bringing the upper body up. And finally the arms, creating warrior one. Bring awareness to your breathing. Hands to your back pockets. And then slowly transfer your weight, moving into warrior three. If you want to, you can use the chair, or you can bring the arms out. Now imagine how you are just like an arrow lingering in the air. Bend the knee, bring it forward, maybe place that foot on the chair. Left hand on the outside of your right knee. Tall, 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 and then twist and look behind you. And then release. Come back to Tadasana. We're going to try the other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Step the left foot back. Create a foundation with your legs. Bring the upper body up. And then the arms. Hands in your back pockets. Transfer the weight forward, moving into warrior three. And imagine how that arrow is lingering in the air, floating, lingering in the air. Bend that top knee, bring it forward, place it on your chair. Right hand outside or on that knee. Pit of the belly goes in and up, and then turn and look to the behind you. And then release. Come back to Tadasana. Okay. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Step the foot back. This time open up the pelvic halves. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. Flip the front hand and then reverse. And then move into the future. So past and future. So here on earth, it seems like there's a past and there's a future. And then imagine how you, with your fingers, are drawing a circle where the past eventually turns into the future. and the future turns into the past, or they get together. And then finding your way back to warrior two. Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee, release the hand down for Trikonasana. You can use the chair if you want to. Top arm goes up. Breathe. Rebend that front knee. And then place the hands on the chair. Take a moment to get ready. And then if you want to, you can stay here. If you want to, you can transfer your weight forward, moving into half moon posture. Bend the top knee. Bring it forward. Place that knee either on the knee, that foot either on the knee or at the side of the chair for standing pigeon. And then back to Tadasana. Okay, let's try the other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Step the left foot back, open up the pelvic halves, one arm in the past, the other one in the future. Send those beams of light out. Flip the front hand, and then notice how after a while, the past and the future actually meet. It's like they get together for a quick coffee somewhere. Creating a big circle. Okay, back to warrior two. Hands on your hips, straighten the front knee, release the hand down. Top arm comes up. And then back down again, finding warrior two one more time. Hands on the chair, stay. Decide, do you want to stay here? Or do you want to move into the next posture? If you want to move on or move into the next posture, you can. Transfer the weight, moving into half moon posture. Or you stay where you are. That's okay too. Bend the top knee, bring it forward. Place it either on the knee or the side of the chair for standing pigeon. That's your choice. Okay, and then back to Tadasana. Okay, we're going to start in mountain posture. We're going to do it a little different today. So starting mountain posture, the big toes to touch, heels like your part. Breathe. Imagine a strong, stable mountain. There's wind, there's rain, there's sunshine, and the mountain stays steady. Now imagine how the stable mountain starts to dissolve and allows the wind to blow through it. It's still stable. It's standing there super stable. But it like opens up and allows the wind to blow through it, the rain to move through it, the sun to shine through it. It's almost like the stable mountain is see-through. And then the mountain kind of dissolves and turns into soil, fertile soil, and then drop a seed in that fertile soil. And the rain comes and the sun comes And that seed starts to sprout and turns into whatever you want to create. It could be a tree pasture, it could be something else. And the wind comes and the tree bends with the wind and grows stronger and stronger. And it turns into this beautiful creation. And then one day it decides, I'm done. And then you go back into the little seed, back into the soil. The soil turns into the mountain. And once again, you're a stable, strong mountain. The wind is strong, the rain is strong, the sun shines bright. And then the mountain starts to dissolve and the wind actually goes through it. The water moves through it and the sun shines through this still stable mountain, but it's like see-through. And the mountain softens and turns into soil. And in the soil, there is a seed. The seed starts to grow. There is rain, there is sun, and the seed starts to grow. Could be another tree posture on the other side, or it could be something else. It could be a dancer. It grows into something. It creates something. And there is rain, and there is sun, and there is wind. And eventually one day, the tree or the creation is done and goes back home, turns into the seed again, the soil, and back into mountain pasture. Okay, release that. Place your hands on top of the chair, shoulders are top of your hands, step back for plank posture. Use your feet to move back and forth, and then push your hips back into a version of down dog. Inhale your right leg up, exhale knee to elbow, inhale up, exhale knee to the other elbow, inhale up, exhale knee to nose, inhale up and back to down dog. Okay, inhale the left leg up, exhale knee to elbow, inhale up, exhale knee to the other elbow, inhale up, exhale knee to nose, inhale up, and then back to down dog. And then release the knees down to the floor. Untuck the toes and turn into that little seed. Turn into that little seed. And you can stay in the seed for a short time, a long time, or a medium time. That's your choice. Inhale and wake up. Clasp fingers. Create the support that you need. Tuck the toes, engage the core. Lift the knees off and come into dolphin. Or maybe you're not a dolphin. Maybe you're a fish or I don't know, something that's in the water. Then you can bend your knees. You can lift one leg, lifting the other, and eventually bending both knees and come up to standing. Okay. Now we're going to listen to the reading again, and then we're going to have a few minutes of of meditation, seated meditation. Okay. Linger in my presence a while. Rein in your impulses to plunge into the day's activities. Beginning your day alone with me is essential preparation for success. A great athlete takes time to prepare himself mentally for the feat ahead of him before he moves a muscle. Similarly, your time of being still in my presence equips you for the day ahead of you. Only I know what will happen to you this day. I have arranged the events you will encounter as you go along your way. If you're not adequately equipped for the journey, you will grow weary and lose heart. Relax with me while I ready you for action. Okay, take your seat, sit up tall, bring your awareness to your breathing, and we have about 4 minutes. Here we go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your head from side to side. Take a big breath in, let it go. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. Maybe bow your head gently for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you in this on your journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together again this morning. Namaste.